Hey, domestic Don, Josh Landers in the dungeon yet again of my pretentious household that costs too much money. I'm sitting at the dining room table, which barely fit into this suburban wasteland. Is it a dining room if you're sitting in the kitchen? I don't know, but at least the kitchen has real tile, so I think that means I made it. But I have a white refrigerator and dishwasher and microwave and stove, so that means I didn't make it. So it's kind of a dichotomy that I have sitting here with the blasting shitbird sun coming through the drapeless, meat curtainless, sliding glass door that leads into the fake grass backyard that I don't own. The banks own it, but this is where I'm at. This is the situation that I'm in. This is the dungeon that I have during the wintertime because the actual dungeon, the garage, my sanctuary, is a bit too chilly. It's still chilly, even though the sun is searing my retinas. It is my rods and cones. It's a little too chilly outside, or maybe I'm just a pussy. Maybe I'm a pussy. But I've taken a little break. I've taken the holidays off. Not because I wanted to, because I'm inconsistent. That's it. I'm inconsistent. It's very hard to find inspiration in life for me. I don't know why. Maybe if I had 1,000 followers, I'd have a little bit of inspiration. But when you have five followers, and I know I've talked about this before, but when you have 5 followers, it's very difficult to keep going on a schedule and a week by, and especially when you don't make money off this shit. Why would you keep? Well, I need to do this on Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Why would you keep that for yourself? What's the point? I do this when I find any inkling of time and motivation. That's it, motivation. And I can complain about time. Oh, I don't have time. I have time. I have time. I've had time to do this. I spent a lot of it drinking over the course of the last couple of weeks because of the holidays. I'm now 10 days sober or some shit. I don't know. I'm not one of those fucking Instagram douchebags that goes on there or Facebook idiots that be like 10 years. And that's all they put. That's all they put. 1 year, 9 months, 4 years, whatever they put on their posts. Like we're supposed to understand that that means you've been 3 years, 9 months sober. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. I don't know you and I don't give a shit. Yeah, kudos to you, proud of you, blah, blah, blah. If I make it a week, I'm proud of myself. Do I go on Twitter and say 7 days? No. Do I get 7 hours? I don't do shit like that. What's the point? It's just you want someone to praise you. I guess it's maybe a motivating factor for yourself to give yourself a push or at least a way to hold on to your sobriety. But I don't do that, or whatever else you think you're proud of. Oh, 7 days working out, or 4 days without eating bugles, whatever fucking ho-hos, whatever your fat ass is eating on a daily basis. Whatever. It's good. I'm an asshole. That's all it is. I'm an asshole. Um, it's been a wild month or so. In-law came into town, and in-law, not in-laws. A mother-in-law came in. That's always fun. That's always wildly fascinating to see who you're going to be married to in the next 30 years, which is hit and swing and a miss. But maybe I just didn't marry well. But the Omicron fuckery is going obviously like wildfire, widespread throughout the world for somehow. I don't know why. And that's gotten me over the last couple of weeks, which I'll probably detail. But nothing really big happened over the break. And I say break because I have no job. I have a job, but it's a non-traditional job. And when I say break, it's a break of someone else's. It's my children's break. It's my wife's break. It's when they have breaks from school. That's what I call the winter break. It's not an actual vacation for myself. I was technically still working, even though I had a little bit of a reprieve for my stupid job. So nothing really happened. It was relaxing. No. I have kids. It's never relaxing. If you ever, or if you're a parent and you ever say like, oh, that was a relaxing vacation, it's never relaxing. Vacations aren't meant to be relaxing. Maybe if you're one of those like 35-year-old couples, idiots who are thinking, oh, maybe I'll have kids when I'm 40. Fucking wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. But if you're thinking about getting your saggy balls and pumping it into your saggy pussy's wife's meat curtains, like I already mentioned today, then don't do it. Just halt. Just halt. Because you have those relaxing vacations, or you think you do, but you don't. If you're with a woman, you never have anything relaxing in life. Zero relaxation whatsoever. They will just keep going and going. And what are we going to do today? What should we do today? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Can we just sit here and look at the lake and fish all day? No, that's not going to happen. That will never happen. You have to go wine tasting. You have to go to brunch. You have to do shopping. I don't know. You have to do chick shit. And if you ever want to get laid again, you have to zip your fucking lip and act like you have no nutsack whatsoever. You just have to take it. You have to take it. You have to not talk back. You can't let anything that's bouncing around your brain like this is the most bullshit, boring thing I've ever done. This movie sucks. If you've ever watched a rom-com with your wife, you're a sucker. You're a pussy. You have no balls. All right? You're a eunuch. I think that's eunuch, right? Eunuch is ballless or cockless. No, you have to have a cock. You have to have a dick, right? If you're a eunuch, there's not just a pee hole. It's not just a piss hole if you're a eunuch. They cut off your balls, right? That's all it is. Can you still get a hard on with no balls? I don't know. I can't get one. I have one. I have balls and nothing working anymore, but I'm an old man. So that was a recap. Now we went to up to Mount Shasta. We went snowboarding a little bit. I took my daughter snowboarding, which was extremely cute to see an 8-year-old girl snowboard for the first time. She did it. She did pretty well. My son went. I went. We're just doing the little bunny slope hill or whatever. I've done it once before, and it's a natural kind of stance for me, I guess, to get up on a snowboard. Being used to skateboarding and surfing and things like that when I was a kid, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't hard as well. And I would get, if I lived around snow more often, if I was able to go skiing more often, or at least afford to go to that white sport as much as you can. I didn't see one dark person there, I don't think. And mind you, this is Siskiyou County or Shasta County, whatever it is. This is Northern California, Northern California, the real California. There's not many people of color up there. So I think it was a very white sport, or it is a very white sport, a very white Christmas, all right, in many ways, especially having the mother-in-law here as well. That was it. That was kind of what we did. Went there for 3 or 4 days. Kind of nice to see the relax mask mandate up there, to see people actually trying to live somewhat of a normal existence. And it was fun. It was fine. Then we came back, getting ready for the in-law to come in, and then we just had Christmas here. Cooking some dishes that we wanted to make, some brisket, some macaroni and cheese, things like that, and just kind of had a relaxation, I guess, a little bit relaxation. Just the relaxation without actually relaxing. I don't think I'm ever going to relax ever for the rest of my life, however long that might be. One thing I do know over the past month is that I'm getting sick of nurses. And I know my 5 listeners, you've heard me rant about nurses before, their fucking stupid TikTok dances, the idea that they're heroes, and they're doing their job, they're exhausted. I just heard this report the other day, like, the nurses are exhausted. Yeah, you fucking picked the job. You picked this job. Don't you know that people are going to get sick? Yeah, and maybe not at the rate that they've been getting sick over the course of the last couple of years, and the hospitalizations and all these other things. And what kind of asshole goes to the hospital with sniffles? What kind of weak-ass individual goes and tries to get themselves checked in, or goes to the emergency room, God forbid, for a headache, or thinking they might have some sort of variant of COVID? Who does that? If you don't feel like you're on your deathbed, you should not go to the emergency room. I understand broken limbs, needing stitches. I've been those people before. I've had to go to the ER for stitches, and I should have gone many times to the ER for broken bones that I knew were broken. I could feel them shifting underneath my musculature, or within my muscle and fibers and my core. I knew that. But I didn't go. You know why? Because I'm not that big of a pussy. But also, it was the cost. That's what it was. But I don't know why these people are going. I got Omicron, whatever the fuck it's called. I got the Omnibus, the Walter Cronkite variant, whatever it might be, whatever you think you have. Why would you just sit home and wait? And if you feel like you're going to die, wait another 5 minutes. That's all you have to do. Wait another 5 minutes. And if you're dead, that's it. You're done. You're at peace. All right. You don't have to worry about this shit anymore. And if you don't die, you'll probably get better. But you don't need to go to the ER for this shit. So, but go back to they're exhausted. No, fuck it. I don't care. I don't find any sympathy for someone who chose that job and now they're tired because they are doing that job at these moments of crisis when it's actually important for them to actually do their jobs. That doesn't, I don't feel bad. I wouldn't feel bad for a cop if they're exhausted while a riot's going on. No shit. You should be fucking exhausted when a riot's going on. Soldiers are exhausted during warfare. That's kind of part of the game, isn't it? I don't hear a lot of soldiers be, oh my God, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so tired. Why do they keep bombing us? I'm exhausted of running. No, you fucking run. You know that's part of the job. You know that. So I don't hear nurses complaining. I hear the media telling us that nurses are complaining. So I guess it's not really, maybe I shouldn't punch a nurse in the plexiglass visor, but I want to. I don't know why. They're the face of the industry that I hate so much. And I've never been ever, I've always been wary. I've always been wary of the medical field, medical industry. I've never been a person that wants to go to the hospital. Even as a kid, this is included with dental as well, right? Medical and dental. Optometrists, I don't mind them so much. I don't mind optometry, but because there's no threat there. Maybe it's the eye. Maybe I don't like. I don't know what it is. Maybe whenever they take my blood pressure, those are the fuckers that I hate. Because I always know my blood pressure is going to be high because that's just how I run. And there's no normalcy to putting something around your arm that tightens, that tightens and makes your fucking veins pop out of your arm. That is not normal. All right? I don't care how many people have normal blood pressure. Fucking fine for you. I will never have normal blood pressure under that circumstance. Ever. That's just not who I am. I can't make myself go into a zen position. Even at the gym when I'm checking my blood pressure, I'm like, I feel fine. Why the fuck is it high? Why is it that? And then I work out for 2 hours and I go back, it's lower. My blood pressure shouldn't go lower after 2 hours of workout, should it? So maybe it's a fucking scam. Anyways, so why I want to punch a nurse and why I'm tired of them. Not because, oh yeah, I'm sure you're exhausted, all right? I feel for you. I really do. I really feel that you're exhausted because you picked a career that should be exhausting, all right? Construction workers who pick up 200 pallets worth of fucking concrete, they're tired too, all right? And then don't get me on the teacher. Well, whatever. I'll fucking talk about teachers too. Oh, well, shit, it's in my notes. Parent volunteers at school. But hold on. Let's go to the nurses. All right, so let's go to the Omicron fuckery that happened over the course of the last week. Actually, this is new. This is fresh. I don't need to go back too far. Do I need to talk about that? My family and I, we thought, oh, we should go ice skating on Christmas Eve, which we've done in the past, and we've gone to real ice skating rinks in the shitty fake city that we live in. There's an actually decent ice rink. There's Snoopy in there. Snoopy and fucking Charlie Brown and Woodstock and Lucy, the Patty Dyke cunt. She's there. You know, it's cute. It's a nice ice skating rink, a real size ice skating rink. And we've gone there before and that's fun. Am I good at it? No. Ice sports, winter sports are not my thing. Can I get better if I did it all the time, just like snowboarding? Sure. But we don't go that often. I go once a year ice skating, and we get it after 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'm moving. I can get away from the wall. I don't have to be that fucking wall hugger for the entire time, but I'm not going in the middle and doing fucking triple jack, Axel, Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding, fucking pistol whipping or crowbar hitting twists. I'm not doing any of that. But this year we decided, oh, okay, mother-in-law's in town. Oh, they have an ice skating rink in downtown, outside. Oh, that sounds like fun. And they had one in the small town we lived up north before that we've done. And that was all right. It was an outdoor ice rink, a lot smaller than the Snoopy ice rink. But, you know, it's a family affair. And around the holidays, we have to do these family things, right? I can't just sit in the garage and drink all day like I want to and just stare at a tree, look at the sky, and just zone. I can't do that, right? No, we have to go ice skate. Let's go ice. So we book a time, and it's only 1 hour, 45, 50-minute increments. And it wasn't expensive. I'm not going to be the Jew that I am and talk about the cost, but it was a little more expensive than it probably should have been. But it's the holidays. It's cheer. It's festive. This is what you do. You spend money. You don't care. Then you go into a fucking debt afterwards for your wife's present that she didn't get you anything. She didn't reciprocate. Not even a blowjob. So you go ice skating, and then we get to the said ice skating rink, quote unquote, where it's outdoors, it's in the downtown area. Oh, we have hot cocoa, we have popcorn, we have shit like that, and then we get the ice skates or the skates, and I'm like, okay, these look a little different than I'm used to. They don't seem as rigid as like as a hockey skate for whatever reason. So we put them on, and then we get to the ice, and we go on the ice, and we're like, this ice isn't fucking cold. This what is this? It's plastic. We're ice skating on plastic, and it's plastic like the if you ever worked at a Pizza Hut, if you ever work at a pizza place at all, or even fast food, right? A cutting board. It's like a plastic where you line up the fucking dough and you put the sauce on, and you put the cheese and you put the toppings. The fucking assembly line of a pizza place. It's that plastic that you have to clean at the end of the night with it's sauce stained. It has fucking anchovy piss soaked into it. It's that type of plastic, and it's the color of ice, but it's not ice. And I can't remember what the corporation was called. They all had it on there. It was like, it wasn't fake ice, but it was ice-like. I can't remember the company. Anyways, whatever company this is, don't ever buy stock in it. It's the worst fucking substrate to ice skate on, quote unquote. And you're skating on plastic. And we were doing it for 45 minutes, 50 minutes. I'm like, this is fucking retarded. My daughter was having fun, so we tried not to make it a huge thing, of course. But I'm like, what is this? This is not ice. And I wasn't the only one complaining. I wasn't being the only fucking Jew bag on the ice rink, right? The plastic rink. Everybody's like, this isn't ice. This is fucking hard to skate on, and nobody's doing well. And even a guy who looks like he should be a decent skater, he's like, what the fuck's going on here? All right, so if you plan to go to an ice skating rink with your family around the holidays next year, find one that has actual ice. All right. Don't go into the gimmick of going to downtown, outside, ha la 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 la. That's something that the local paper promotes, something that the douchebag city council that can't figure out how to fucking fix a goddamn pothole in the city or fix a light that doesn't. How many stale fucking red lights am I going to sit at in the city? How many stale lights am I just going to sit at? No fucking goddamn other car in sight, but I know there's a goddamn camera. If I go through that red, I'm going to get a ticket from the shitty city. All right? But why can't they figure out how to put an actual ice rink? They think it's a good idea to put plastic and not fucking tell the public, oh, it's not real ice. It's not real ice. It's a plastic rink. Hey, come out to the plastic rink and have a grand old time, family. But they should have told us that. But going back to the Omicron. So last week, 2 weeks with the kids and the family. It really was reminiscent of last year when distance learning happened. I happened to be married like a teacher, like my 5 listeners know. So she was home all last year. I was home all last year. The whole family was home all last year. These 2 weeks of vacation just brings it all back. All those fucking hidden, withdrawn, sunken down memories, right, that you don't want to think about. It all just swirls back when they're all home again. You're like, oh, God, this is fucking hell. This is horrible. But it's only going to last 2 weeks. That's it. Only 2 weeks. So 2 weeks go, we try to spend as much time as we can doing family shit. Then the kids go back to school, wife goes back to work, and I'm back. I'm back at home in my element, right, in the dungeon. So Monday rolls around, Tuesday rolls around. I'm doing my regular shit. Go to the gym for a couple hours, come work on papers that I have to work on that aren't really coming in right now because the university I work for, the college I work for is kind of on a break still as well, kind of a slow start to the winter or spring semester, I guess. So I'm just kind of diddling around, fucking around. Come Tuesday, my daughter comes home and she got her regular vaccines on Monday. And we weren't the smartest parents in the world. And I say we very lightly. We weren't very smart when my daughter was born. My son, he got all his regular vaccines, most of them, through 3 years old, 4 years old. Then I think we skipped a couple or missed some, moving back and forth, whatever it was. So I think he got all of his vaccines done by 7, 8 years old, something like that. All done. Just all the fucking MMRs, the chicken pox, varicella, whatever the fuck it is. Mumps, measles, mumps, rubella, that's what it is. All that shit, right? We got it done. He was done by 7 or 8. My daughter, for whatever reason, she didn't, right? I think I say we, like I said, collectively, but we just didn't. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but we didn't get a lot of her vaccines, her normal, appointed, scheduled vaccinations. And I'm not an anti-vaxxer. We're not anti-vax people. We're just kind of thought, I've fought for some and fought against some. I don't think we need to have a fucking Hep B or fucking what's it called? PPV, DMV. What's the one where you the sexual one? What are HPV? I don't know what the fuck it is. Oh, do you want that? I'm not giving my 4-year-old daughter a goddamn fucking gonorrhea vaccine. So they're hit and miss. Like I said, I'm for and against. All right, yin and yang. Fucking Cheech and Chong, Wang and Dick, talking balls. So we didn't get her regular schedule, and now we're like, all right, we should probably get her vaccines, regular vaccines, and when she's on that schedule now. But she's a little older. Her body is bigger. Her brain is, just all these things that you think of as a parent is like, oh, is it poison? Is it not poison? Blah blah blah. Blah. It's just, and it's weird how we've gone through this. People who are anti-vaxxers are so pro that I've seen, not anti-vaxxers, but kind of wary of regular vaccines that had that like basically eliminated measles, polio. Some of those same people who are against those are so for the fucking COVID vaccine. And then vice versa. People who I know who put their kids on the regular scheduled vaccines, had them all pumped up with shit by the time they're 2 or 3 years old, are not getting the COVID vaccine. Kind of strange, right? Think about that for a second. Think of that dilemma. Think of that contrast that's going on. But my poor little daughter, she had to get another round on Monday, and she's been going for a lot of rounds lately. Not just for the COVID vaccine that she did get. That was one I was a little. I still am, right? I'm still a little iffy if a kid that young should get a fucking vaccine or not. I'm still iffy on adults who don't want to get it, are mandated to get that. So I'm still kind of on the fence all over the place, right? I'm a thinker. I'm a free thinker. All right, that's what I am because I'm better than you. So she gets her regular rounds on Monday. And then she comes home Tuesday a little tired, a little sore in the arm. She got one in each shoulder. And she's just like, she's not her usual peppy self. And she's a bright, happy, bouncy girl. She's Tigger from fucking Winnie the Pooh, right? She's just one of those not bouncing off the walls, but in a sweet way. A very, very sweet girl and always happy. She's definitely not my kid, probably. Or the DNA got somewhere out of whack. The Jew got fucking axed out of her like by my Viking genes. But Vikings aren't happy people. They're dark, demented people, even more so than the Jews, right? So I don't know where she got. I don't know, and it's definitely not my wife's side. There's no happiness on that fucking genealogical scale. Maybe there is. Maybe she just got it somewhere. I don't know where it comes from. So she's not her usual self, and she's tired. She has a little bit of a headache. She's a little flushed. She has a little minor fever, and we know it's not COVID. I'm not going to swallow that pill. I'm like, well, COVID. Let's go get her test. So we decide, as parents, well, let's keep her home on Wednesday. And we're not thinking about it too much. We're like, okay, we know the schools are fucked up. We know they're probably going to ask to make sure she's negative. We have a at-home COVID test because my wife's work gave us a couple of them, especially coming out of the break. They say if you have any sort of symptoms, a headache, sore throat, tired, whatever it might be, take a test, make sure you're negative before you come back to school, which I kind of guess makes sense with the new widespread variant going around, right? So she stays home with me on Wednesday. Then I figure out, oh, wait, we got to get a vaccine, or we got to get, a test for her. So I call her school, and I say, okay, rapid test, right? No rapid test. She can't do a rapid test to come back to school. And somehow in the hours since I wake from 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock, I figure out that she cannot get a rapid test, which we have at home. We can't give her a rapid test that says negative, which we already knew she was negative because she's already better. She's already kind of perky when she wakes up. She's a little sort of sluggish at first, but then, what do you want to do, Dad? Let's play, Dad. Let's go down. Yeah, she's her normal self. Reading books, wanting to write in her storybook, wanting to color, whatever she's doing, right? And I find out as a stay-at-home father who actually works, but as a stay-at-home father who gets no accolades, mind you, no accolades whatsoever, I figure out that the rapid test is obsolete now. With this new variant, now they have to have a PCR test, which means, I don't know. I didn't know what that meant right away. So what do you mean PCR test? My son, who plays basketball at his high school, he gets tested every Wednesday with a rapid test. And I thought it was a PCR rapid test. But at my daughter's school, she has to get a PCR test that gets sent to a lab. So I'm like, already, fuck, right? What are you talking about? She can't go back to school tomorrow? No. She can't go back to school. She has to get a negative test. I'm like, well, doesn't that take fucking 15 minutes? And whoever I'm talking to at the school said, no, it takes 3 days, 1 to 3 days. So I'm like, wow, fuck. So now my daughter, who had a regular sore arm, a regular sort of flushed cheeks, a very, very, very minor temperature, fever, very minor, not even maybe a degree above, maybe 100 degrees. So nothing drastic. And the next day, all of those symptoms, all of them gone. Now she can't go back to school with a 15-minute rapid test that shows negative. Now we have to find a test that is a PCR test that will take 1 to 3 days after it goes to the lab to show us that she's negative, to show the school that she can come back in a healthy way. All right? So, do you think they have any of those tests around here? No. Do you think they have any tests, walk-in appointments available, or not even appointments, but walk-in available in this area? No. You have to make an appointment. When's the next appointment? January 22nd. January 22nd in this shit whole city to find a fucking PCR test for my 8-year-old daughter who is not sick, doesn't have COVID, to get back to school. So that is, at that point, that was 3 weeks away almost, right? Nearly 3 weeks away for us to wait for an appointment. And then, of course, my wife is at school. She's like, I didn't know about this. I'm like, you work there, but they don't know about this. The people who work at the schools don't fucking know about this shit. Isn't this, what are the weekly fucking teacher meetings for? What are the weekly faculty meetings for? What do you guys do? Just play with fucking crystals and drink elderberry juice? What the fuck do you do during these faculty meetings? Don't you talk about the regulations, the mandates, the new shit that comes out on a daily basis in this fucking godforsaken state? Don't you talk about any of those things? Don't you say that, oh, well, you know, if a kid goes out, they can't get a rapid test anymore. Wouldn't that be viable information? Yeah, I know you're all crusty, old, wear fucking tie-dyed flowy dresses and shit, but some of these people have kids who are in the school system. So you would think that that would be passed along to teachers of kids, right? And also the teachers of kids who happen to be parents. And you would think the teachers would keep updated or update themselves on what is going on. So we don't know. And then, of course, I have to find out. I have to call my daughter's school that my wife works at and say, okay, what do I need to do? Oh, you need to get, motherfucker. And they say, well, there's a test out here. And mind you, my daughter and wife, they go to school and work about 35 to 40 minutes away from where we live. And this is a town that I do not like. This is a town that I have not I have not shied away from it since we moved here. One, I don't like this county. I just don't. I don't like this county whatsoever. But I happen to live here. But I don't like anywhere. I'm a cunt like that. But I really don't like this city that much. So, one, it's 35, 40 minutes away. I'm used to driving. I grew up in a fucking mountain hick town that I had to drive half hour to 45 minutes in any sort of direction to get the hell out. Right, to get anywhere away from the town I grew up in. So I'm used to driving. The drive is not the thing. It's just a place. I can't quite pinpoint it. I think it's all of California. I think I'm done. I think I'm actually mentally done with it. Not physically, because my fucking clip dick Jew ass is still here, but I think I'm mentally done with all of California. I don't think I like any of it anymore. I mean, there's beauty here. There's natural things that I like about it, but I think I'm done. And why don't you just leave, Josh? Why don't you just leave? Yeah, I should, asshole. I should. But I can't find that perfect space that perfect timing to get the fuck out. But anyways, we figure out this test. Okay, I gotta go now. So I try to make an appointment through our insurance. My wife's insurance, my kids are on my wife's insurance. I have my own insurance because hers is better or worse. I don't know. They're all shitty. So going back to my first point, it doesn't matter. They're all shitty. Insurance doesn't fucking matter. It all sucks. So I call Kaiser. I say my daughter needs a PCR test. Of course, we're busy. We're really busy. And of course, I have to be on hold. I'm on hold for a half hour. Finally get a hold of someone, or actually, I think I got onto a hold call, or call hold, whatever the fuck it's called. So, hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back. So I get what the fuck's it called? Hold call, call hold. So basically, since the time is so long, we're short-staffed, whatever it might be, we'll call you back. So give me my fucking phone number, call back, it'll take an hour. So I wait an hour, get the call back finally. Someone calls me, and then I'm talking to this lady. Okay, what can I do for you? Well, I need to get my daughter a PCR test. Oh, a rapid test, I said, because I still didn't know. I was still kind of in the clouds, in the gray area of what we're supposed to fucking do to get my daughter back to school the next day. So she said, well, we don't do rapid tests here. I'm like, okay, do you know someone who does? No, we don't. All right, well, can I try to schedule a PCR test then? She said, sure. But our system is down. All right, one, why the fuck would you call me back? Why would you call me back after an hour and 15 minutes when you know your system is down? So if I needed to make an appointment that was really actually serious, I still couldn't make it because your fucking system is down. So why did you even call me? Why give me that inkling of hope, that glint? Is that the right word? The clit of hope. Why don't you just give me that? I'm like, oh, okay, I got it now. I can just take her to Kaiser. The hospital's 10 minutes away. We'll get an appointment at 2:00 that afternoon. Boom, bing, bam, boom. She'll be back to school. And no, our system is down. Oh, you fucking twat. So then that's it. That's it. Then I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. So then I call Kaiser again. She'll try back. That's what she told me. That's what this fucking medical industry. I know she's just a telemarketer person. I know she's just someone who hates her job. I know who's someone that is probably striving for her 401k and just keeps it because she's a single mother with 3 kids. Her husband has left her. Her children fatherless. You know, I know she's just grasping and holding on to this Kaiser Permanente call center job because that's all she has, and that's fine, right? She's making $18 an hour. It's decent. Like I said, she gets 401k. Maybe they match it by 5%, whatever it fucking might be. All right, she's there, but she's part of the problem. She's part of this grand scheme of the medical industry. So she tells me she actually call back later. I'm like, you're the hospital. Call back later. Your system is down. No wonder people don't want to go to the hospital. And no wonder people do go to the hospital, I guess, in fucking droves to the ER because they can't call anybody to be like, am I dying? Can I talk to somebody here? I got these like palpitations. I got a fucking goiter on my neck that just exploded. Can I go to the ER? No, they just go. I guess people just like flock to the ER. And then some people just like, fuck it. Let me die. I don't give a shit. That's the school I'm in. All right, that's the group I'm connected to. Fuck it, let me die. If one of my nuts just fucking exploded, and I'm just spewing like testicular spoilage all over the walls of my shitty house, that's way too much money. If that's happening, it's fuck it. Let me die. Don't call the ambulance. I don't give a shit. It's gonna be too expensive. I doubt my insurance covers it. If it does, it's gonna be like 12%. So she call back. So I'm like, oh shit. So okay, my daughter, I'm trying to make things light and fun. And all right, what are we gonna do? What to do? You want to do some Mad Libs? Okay, let's go outside, play soccer. All right, and she's back. She's back 100%. She's totally fine. And now I got to figure out how to get this sweet little girl back to school. She's a school person. She's at that age still where she loves school. She wants to see her friends. She likes homework. You know, that's not going to last long. I'm trying to protect this time. I'm trying to remember this because my son doesn't give a fuck anymore about any of this shit. He just wants to stay on his phone and twiddle his fucking fucking marsupial pouch. I don't know. What does that even mean? But it's my daughter's there. She's still sweet. She's in that sweet zone, right? And you just want to encapsulate it. You just want to keep it forever and put it in a lockbox or put it in some memory bank somewhere when I'm like 78 years old, which I probably won't live to. I'll be like, remember that time when she stayed home and she was so sweet. Omicron. So I got to call back. So I call back later. All right, we do some shit. I can't remember what, but I call back later, and then I'm on hold again. Give them my callback number, on hold, callback number, on hold. I'm like, they're not fucking getting back to me. So then I say, fuck it, let's go. And my wife calls me, there's a place where I work. There's a place in this small shitty town that I know my husband hates. That has a walk-in. Walk-ins are welcome for the fucking PCR test. And it's a small enough community where I think like, all right, it's probably not going to be that crowded. There's only 25,000 people that live out there. There's no way there's going to be 25,000 people in line. So let's just fucking try it. I don't give a shit. I got to get out of the house anyways. Let's just make this kind of at least as fun as possible for my daughter as I can. So then we head out there, and I have to get gas, of course. So right when I'm getting gas, I'm filling up, and already in my head, because I'm brilliant, I'm already thinking like, I know when I'm driving out there, I'm going to hear from the fucking hospital that is 10 minutes away, and I know I'm already going to be driving a half hour away and be like, oh, we can see you now. That's Murphy's Law. Is that Murphy's Law? I don't know. But it's some sort of fucking law. I know it's going to happen. So right when I'm filling them up, I'm like, oh, there's Kaiser. I'm not out of the city I live in yet, right? I'm heading towards the outskirts, right? I'm heading towards the country. I'm heading towards the pretentious fucking town that I hate, even more so than the city I live in. But I'm not quite there. I'm only 10 minutes away from my house. So I'm like, okay, answer it. Fill up the tank, or not fill up. Can't do that in fucking California unless you want to break your entire paycheck. So I put $50 in or whatever, which gets zero in my truck. Maybe a little bit more than a half a tank. So I digress. So I got a call. Oh, Kaiser. It says it on my phone. Kaiser. Fuck. I pick up. Oh, hello. It's another call center douchebag, but a dude this time. So, oh, he's going to get the job done. Not to be sexist. But so I talked to him. He's, oh, your daughter needs this. Yeah, daughter needs that. Okay, let's set her up. So he sets her up an appointment. Well, no, hold on. I'm going too fast. All right. It's been a while since I did this. All right. Give me a break. He doesn't set up an appointment. He puts her in the system, takes all her information down. What do we need? And he said, well, I can't make that appointment for you, sir. I can't make that appointment for you. I said, what the fuck is your purpose in life? Didn't you get this job to fucking make appointments for people? One, the system is up now. The system is up, right? It's not System of a Down yet. Whatever song they sing. What song does System of a Down sing? I don't know. Something like that. But the system wasn't down. It was up. Right? Just like my I wish my dick was most of the time. But he can't make the appointment. And he has to send it to the doctor's office. And only the doctor's office for the stupid fucking Omicron, PCR, PPP, and down one OPP shit, OCP, whatever the fuck is the insane clown posse. Only the doctor's office can call and schedule that appointment. So I'm like, what the fuck? What was your purpose? And he said, well, they have until tomorrow this time to call you back. So I'm like, fuck, let's just go. And my daughter's like hopeful. Oh, did they call you back? Can we go to the hospital now? Can we just go to the clinic? And go, no, we got to go there to the fucking town that you go to school in for some stupid reason. So then we just head out there. I'm done with it. I'm going out there. I'm trying to keep as shiny and happy as I possibly can. I'm not stressing out. That's the thing about anxious people. That's the thing about people who have anger issues. We go through the anger, not while it's happening. We go through the anger beforehand, like all the build up to it. Does that make sense? So I'm anxious all the time before something happens. So I put the blood pressure cuff on my arm. I'm fucking, my body is just like racing, adrenaline, fucking testosterone going through, ripping through. I can't have that anymore because that's not allowed in society. But I have all this shit going on. And then after I take the test, I'm like, why was I worrying about it so much? It's like going to the dentist's office. I worry. And then once I'm down in the chair, I'm like, wasn't that bad. It's over. That's what happens with anxious people, I think. Slightly depressive people, slightly aggressive people. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But it feels like it's all the lead up. It's all the anticipation that makes things worse. That's when you're at your worst. When things are actually at their worst, that's when you're kind of like, what can you do? So while we're heading up to Sonoma, I'm like, this is what it is now. This is what it fucking. And I'm just kind of almost laughing in a maniacal way inside my head, like this is fucking such bullshit. Of course it's going to be like this. Of course Kaiser's going to call and be like, oh, hey, we finally got back to you after 7 hours, but we don't have to call you until tomorrow. So I'm already heading out there. We go to Sonoma. It's a shitstorm. It's a shitstorm to sign her up. They didn't tell me on the phone, oh, you have to register before you go out there. I thought we just show up, get a fucking nose swab like all these other idiots in line for it. We wait in line for not too long to get up to the fucking school district door. Yeah, you heard that, right? A school district door. This is where I have to take my daughter. Not to an actual facility of medical purposes, but we have to drive 35 to 40 minutes to go to a unified school district in this shithole town, right? That thinks it's pretentious because it has wine, but the shithole town, a school district. So we have nurses working inside a dilapidated office with like fluorescent lights. It smells like dust and lost dreams in there. Teachers who thought they were going to be making a difference but never did. That's what it smells like in this room that we cannot step in. But you could just smell it wafting through the open doors that we have to stand in front of, that is blocked off by students of past students' desks, right? And there's a nurse on each side of this building that was built in 1952 for lost children, right? But it's still standing. And it still has its core and its semblance of higher education. Or not higher education, fucking general education, I guess. federally mandated education. So we're standing there, and she's like, have you registered? I'm like, no. And she's like, okay, well, you have to register. Here is a QR code. I'm like, fuck, does everything have to be a fucking QR code? Could we just have a piece of paper? What happened to paper and pens and pencils? I miss pencils and pens and pieces of paper. Yeah, it's always a pain in the dick to fill out shit on a clipboard when you're at the doctor's office or anywhere, right? It's always a pain. Applications in paper were a pain. I could see the ease and the cost relief, and I could see why everything is digital now, but why does everything have to be digital? I just want a piece of paper to fill out, put my daughter's name, her birth date, her fucking sign. I don't give a shit what size shoe she wears. I don't give a fuck what it is. Just can you stick a fucking Q-tip up my daughter's beautiful nostril and tell me that she doesn't have COVID? All right, that's all I'm here for. I drove 40 minutes here. It's 40 minutes to get back. I hate this fucking town. Can you just swab her goddamn fucking nose that will grow probably to Jewish proportion because I'm her father? All right. Unfortunately, my daughter has a lot more of my genes than my wife's, it looks like so far. Poor kid. Can you just give her the benefit of the doubt? She's going to have a miserable life when she's older because she looks like me. All right. And if she has even a fraction of my brain and attitude, she's going to lead a dark, horrendous life. All right. Look at the darkness behind those beautiful brown eyes. All right. These are the same eyes you're looking at, bitch. Right. I'm not talking to my daughter. I'm talking to the plexiglass whore nurse. So then, of course, oh, well, all right. I do the fucking QR code. My phone sucks. My case is cracked. I have a fucking magnet taped to the upper right-hand corner so my camera can actually work. I don't want a new phone. I don't want to get a new phone, but I'm going to have to because that's how they build things. That's how they do things. That's how they get you. QR code. Of course, I'm out there 45 minutes away from my house. My phone sucks. It just spins. It's just spinning. It's not going to the fucking website where I have to register her at. If I was at home with my laptop where I have actual Wi-Fi, I would be able to register her probably in 5 minutes, 3-4 minutes, whatever it was, pretty quick. But she's like, oh, it shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, no shit, it shouldn't be doing that. So I have to ask, I'm in line, get out of line, in line, get out of line. More fucking schlubs are coming in and getting their fucking peckers doused with who knows what kind of Q-tip, right? Sticking it right up their fucking dick hole, even if they don't have dicks. And just swabbing it around, swabbing. People swab, schlub, swab, schlub. Are you sick? Yeah. So that's happening. And my daughter's like looking at me. I'm like, it's not working, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it to work. I'm sorry. It's okay. Please, sweetie. Are you okay? Yeah, okay. I'm trying to do it. Daddy. I'm trying. Okay, hold on. Can we get some chips out? Dad, hold on. Can we get a snack? Do you have I got to go pee. Okay, hold on. Is there a bathroom here? Hold on. I'm trying to get. So I finally get back in line again, and I have the fucking plexiglass whore in front of me yet again, and she's like, it's not working. I'm like, do you have Wi-Fi? Do you have a computer I can use? What's happening? And someone yells out in the lost halls of hope of this old classroom. She goes, oh, rainbows. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Rainbows. She said, rainbows. I'm like, all right, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I know you're probably a failed 4th grade teacher that went into nursing thinking you're a hero because teachers are heroes too. You just wanted to go from one hero job to another. Sorry, sister. No job, no occupation that you've chosen is heroic. All right? It's a fucking paycheck. That's all you did it for. You just wanted summers off. You failed as a teacher. Now you think you're helping people, but you just did it for a paycheck. I'm a person. All right? I'm not just someone to jab with your fucking infected needles. All right? I'm a human being. Rainbows. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? That was the Wi-Fi. Rainbows. Code unicorns. I'm living in fucking fairyland. I don't know where I'm at anymore. So I'm like, oh, okay. Then I get that fucking blue check mark next to my Wi-Fi. Boom. Registration work. Put everything in. I'm trying to scramble, get my insurance cards. And she's like, sir, you don't need your insurance. I'm like, well, it's fucking asking me for my insurance card. Well, it shouldn't be. Well, it fucking is. It is. So she brings me back up to this fucking to the doorway again. She's like, oh, that's the wrong website. That's the QR code you gave me, bitch. That's it. So I have to go to another website. Oh, it should be this one. I'll send you the link. Oh, my God. So she sends me the link. I get on there. Boom, bam, bing, ding. Fucking 40 minutes later, after I'm trying to register her, finally registered. Boom, snot, fucking Q-tip up the snot hole. And then we leave. That's it. And I say 1 to 3 days? Yes, 1 to 3 days. So now I tell my daughter, you're going to have to stay home the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to be dear old daddy daycare yet again. We'll make it fun. So we go home. We got that debacle over with. I buy her a bag of chips or some shit. I can't remember. And juice, whatever, on the way home. Trying to be a good father. And then we go home. Nice, fine, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right? That was that. And then, of course, 1 to 3 days, I'm checking my email. I'm checking my text. 1 day passes. 2 day passes. Me and her are having fun. We go to the dog park. We go to In-N-Out just to fucking kill time. We go fishing. We do this and we do that. We're trying to have as much fun as we can over these couple of days. 2 days pass. 3 days pass. No email. No text. Saturday passes, no text, no email. Sunday passes. So I'm calling on Saturday and Sunday. Oh, what's her lab number? I don't fucking know. Then I give her a no. Oh, it's at the lab. It should be tomorrow. Okay. Are you going back to school today? I don't know. My daughter keeps asking, am I going back to school Monday? I don't know. Am I going back to school? 5 days. And then, of course, Monday morning, 6:45 in the morning. My daughter doesn't think she's going to school. I don't think she's going to school. What happens? I get a text and an email. Negative. That's all. That's all she needed. Scramble her to get ready, make her lunch. My wife takes her to school. She goes to work. Everything's fine. But you know what happened on Friday? I had to fucking pick up my son from school because he was in close contact with some idiot friend of his who got COVID on the Wednesday that I picked up my daughter, or that I had to take my daughter to get a fucking PCR test. And what do I have to do? Pick up my son on Friday from school, bring him home. Now he's in quarantine. Now he's in close contact, wherever the fuck it is. And then I'm like, is he going to school? What's going on Monday? And then we figure out, shit, we got to do this all over again. Scramble to try to find a PCR test close by. My wife tries to make an appointment for him, not until January 22nd. And all again, we're fucked. Yet again, we're fucked. Then what we figure out on Monday, his school has PCR rapid tests. So how does his school have rapid tests and my daughter's school does not? Same county, different cities, same county, same fucking federal budget, supposedly, or state budget, and two wildly different ideas of how to get a kid back to school. So my son gets his test yesterday morning, has to stay home from school yesterday, but gets his test 9:45 in the morning. By 10:15, we know he's negative, back at school today. So you can see the differences between the two places. Same type of school, same industry. We got the educational field and we got the medical field. Both of them are fucking you right now. Fucking you right up the ass with a fucking crystal, 14-inch crystal with elderberries fucking stuck to it, right? Like razor blades, just jamming it right up there. So I don't get it. Does anybody know what's going on with this? And that was long-winded. This is a shitty podcast. I don't care. I'm getting my tongue back, all right? I'm getting my voice back, motherfuckers. That's all I'm doing. So that was that. That was the Omicron fuckery. So going from the medical field. And this is hilarious to me. This is absolutely funny. And maybe this is where the podcast will take off. I'm not going to edit this. I don't care. So if you didn't like this podcast, you're probably not listening anyways. You don't listen to it. You're my 5 listeners. My 5 listeners are tried and true to this podcast. So thank you. All right. You'll press on even if it's shitty. So another one that I thought was hilarious that I heard this morning on the radio is that I think it's in Palo Alto. Of course, it's got to be fucking California. Of course. Maybe in Portland, maybe in Seattle, maybe in Boston and New York City. I'm sure it's happening too. But in Palo Alto, the home of fucking Stanford Cardinals, another fucking pretentious area probably, Silicon Valley, the fucks, the nerdy tech fucks that are ruining the world, right, or making it better. This is where it's happening. They're requesting the entire city of Palo Alto, the entire fucking school district. They're putting out emails, phone calls to parents to become volunteers at schools because there's so many teachers and substitutes and other faculty and staff that are not going to school because they're sick. They caught this stupid variant that is not killing anybody. They caught this variant that is very minor, it seems like so far, right? And I don't want to fucking what's it called? I don't want to Jew myself. No, that's not it. What do I want to say? Anyways, I don't want to make light of it, right? Because what if I get it? What if I get Omicron tonight and die? I don't know. Who knows? I'll die of my fucking weird digestive issues. I haven't had a normal shit since 1974. So whatever I'm going to die of, it's hopefully not going to be Omicron, so I don't look like a hypocrite. But it seems like it's minor, all right? It seems like it's a minor strain, a minor a pandemic, right? So what they're asking for is parent volunteers, which I just find hilarious. So the medical industry is a fucking shitstorm, and just as equal to that shitstorm is the educational field. Education is dead. I mean, just absolutely dead. I don't know why anybody would want to be a teacher anymore. I don't know why people who are teachers now aren't just saying, fuck it, I quit. I'm married to one. I don't get it. Where is the pride? Why is there pride to this? You're not doing anything anymore. All right, it's obsolete. Maybe to a certain point, kids need to be educated, but once you get to a certain, it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. And now you can see the death of education when they're actually asking parent volunteer. Oh, can you be not the teacher? They're not asking them to be teachers. As far as what I heard, they want to. Oh, can you come in and be the yard supervisor? A fucking yard duty. What parent in their right mind is going to I don't volunteer anyways. I just don't volunteer. Is it good? Sure. Is it a moral value that you should impart onto your children to be like, oh, we should go volunteer? Yeah. Have I volunteered? I have. I brought my son to volunteer. My daughter likes to volunteer in certain things. It's okay. It's good to volunteer. I'm not saying it's bad, but am I going to volunteer my fucking precious time to go to a school to be a fucking yard duty? Right? To be a non-paid, basically, prison guard, right? For children. I'm not going to do that. And they say, oh, custodial work. So they want parents to give up their freedom when they finally just shipped off their kids to school after a year of shit, right? A year of distance learning. They finally got them out of the fucking house. And if you're lucky enough, privileged enough to have a stay-at-home job or be a stay-at-home mom or dad, and finally you get these fucking kids out of the house, and now you have the superintendent emailing you saying, we need you to volunteer to do custodial duties. And you do it? What fucking moron would do? I'm not answering that fucking phone. I'm not answering that email. You would have to give me some sort of incentive. You'd have to let me fucking whip a kid or some shit, right? Or fuck one of their teachers. If they're good looking enough, male or female, I don't give a shit. But you would have to give me some sort of incentive for me to ever step foot onto a campus of my child's school unpaid and do it with a smile on my face. Oh, can you help with lunches? Can you imagine me, my fucking snaggletooth Jew clip dick ass with a Viking mentality? Can you imagine me being a fucking yard duty? Like Fat Joe that we had when I was in high school, who just rode a fucking golf cart around, who was just gigantic. He just overflowed, not just his polo shirt, not just his Ramona High School Bulldog fucking polo that was stretched to every fiber of its being. Every cotton fiber that can hold was trying to hold on like a fucking 1,000 lemmings trying to not to fall off a fucking cliff. Can you imagine me just sitting in a golf cart being like, hey, kids, don't throw that rock. Hey, kids, get the fuck away from the basketball court. Hey, stop fucking Jenny behind the fucking band room. Can you imagine me doing that? Would be what I should do it. I don't even fucking live near Palo Alto, but I should fucking drive down there, put a goddamn Stanford sweater on, and go be one of the fucking COVID testers. Because that's what they're asking for volunteers as well. Education is dead. They're just absolutely dead. And teachers, you're not fucking heroes either. I'm sick of that shit. I was a teacher for too long. I never felt heroic. If anything, I felt like a loser most of the time. When I'm standing in class, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? These kids don't give a shit. Even when I was teaching college for 10 years, I'm like, these fucking students don't care. All they want to do is pass. They just want to get the fuck out of this school and pass. There might be a fraction of people who want to move on and be successful in their life, whatever that might be. There might be people who, there was some non-traditional students that I taught in college who were in their 60s and 70s, retirement age, who just wanted to take a class. Fantastic. And what did we do to them? We told them, nope, you can't take a class more than 3 times. So that was something that was put upon community colleges. So, since I'm so fucking prestigious as a lecturer and as a academic, I worked at fucking community colleges, right? Junior colleges. Judge me, dick. I'm a better teacher than half the fucking Stanford cunts that are probably now volunteering their time putting sloppy joes on a fucking a tin tray for their shithead son and his faggoty friends. Sorry, I didn't mean that last part. His homosexual friends. Transgender, blue-haired. They have blue hair, so we can't tell what they... You know what I mean. Sloppy Joes, you have to call them sloppy misters now. No, you can't. Shit. We can't even call sloppy Joes Joe. They have to be sloppy people. All right? Sloppy persons of color. No, you can't say that. God damn it, I'm fucking shooting myself. Sloppies. Let's just call them sloppies. But then the sloppy people will get offended. So if you want to be a volunteer, do it. Good for you. It probably gives you some sort of moral high ground. It probably makes you feel good as a human being. But don't be asked to be one. These people are pleading now. They've lost their minds, and I've frankly lost hope, I think. So this variant that has been very mild so far, that has not been overly threatening in terms of health, is now fucking our lives more so than the previous one, which did kind of kill people, supposedly, apparently, allegedly, right? Conspiratorially. So I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. But that I know the case is that everything's screwed. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. You could throw a dart on the wall right now and be like, yep, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. If you had all the things that are going on in the world, none of them would make sense. All right? So healthcare, education, failing. And I could see why so many teachers don't retired. I could see why so many teachers would be like, you know what? This distance learning year, fuck it, I'm out. And good for them. Good for them. They're trying to do other things. Right, they're trying to open a fucking Cinnabon shop in a mall somewhere that's depleted. A mall that won't stand anymore for in the next year. That mall will be dead. But at least you gave your hopes and dreams a try. All right, you're trying to open a fucking, I don't know, a yarn store. All right, because you were a handworks teacher or some shit at some school that doesn't have the budgetary value of another school that's 5 miles away from you. So you're like, oh, I don't have a job anymore. Maybe I'll finally open my yarn store, and it'll be just as good as you who taught as it was teaching these kids who won't fucking remember how to knit or bead, except for making their own anal beads, because they'll be in porn soon. You know why? Because that's the only industry that hasn't lost money. There's COVID porn. All right? So if you want a job, if you want a career, look at OnlyFans. Look how fucking well OnlyFans did. And teachers went to that. If you're a hot enough teacher to go to OnlyFans, but they even cut them out. There's no respect. The educational field, the medical field, there's absolutely no respect. Those are the true heroes. Those are the true, showing your titties and your puss and your cock. Is there a cock and balls one? Or is OnlyFans only women? I don't know. But if you have the balls, the audacity to do that you're the true hero. I'm going to show my nips to thousands of strangers. I'm not even going to blur out my face, right? I'm going to show them all the fucking kit and caboodle here. All the fucking kibbles and bits. All that shit is just on the internet for anybody to find. I don't care if it's a fucking student I had. I don't care if it's a student I fucked. All right? I'm on OnlyFans. I'm the true hero. I was a teacher, but I make $127,000 a year on OnlyFans. I made $43,000 a year for fucking Petaluma School District. I'm out. I'm going to OnlyFans. Good for you. That's fucking heroic. And go open your goddamn yarn store. That's even more. Open a crystal shop. Fuck it. You fucking hemp pussy. I think that's all I got. What am I at? 56, 57 minutes. Yeah, fuck it. I'll end it here. Who cares? No one's going to listen. Patreon is somewhere. Domestic Dawn, the shirts. I don't know. Look at me on Instagram. Who gives a... No one fucking listens. All right. I'll talk to you guys next time. I think my kids are almost home. I got to stop swearing and talking about fucking crystal anal grabs.